This is my nickel-plated duck. And therein lies the story. Story of nickel. Very important metal, especially in Canada, because we have large deposits of nickel ore in the Sudbury area, and we are large producers of nickel. In fact, if you go to Sudbury, you'll see the Big Nickel there, which is a giant monument, and it was constructed to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the identification of nickel as a metal, that is, as an element. And of course, when we talk about nickel, we talk about the coin, the nickel. Unfortunately, it isn't nickel anymore. It is about 94% steel, 3% copper, and it only has a nickel coating. And that's because nickel has become quite expensive. As you know, nickel is used all over the place. It is used to make stainless steel. It is used in jewelry. It is increasingly being used in batteries. So its value is certainly increasing. There's a downside to nickel, though. It's quite an allergenic metal, and those of you who have ever had nickel plated jewelry and have had a skin reaction to it will attest to that fact. But there's something even more concerning about nickel, especially about the compounds of nickel, like nickel sulfate, nickel chloride, etc. These tend to be carcinogenic. Now, this is a concern in an occupational environment. Certainly, workers who are down in the mines mining nickel and workers in the electroplating industry where nickel compounds are used, they have to be concerned about this. And indeed, when you take a look at some nickel compounds, you can see the warning on the bottle. Now, this is something, of course, that is a concern. For example, if you're working with these compounds extensively in the laboratory, or as I said, in the electroplating industry. But this is not a concern when you are just handling nickel. That's the metallic nickel, and that is not going to have any kind of a cancer effect just by handling it. However, occupationally, yes, we do have to be concerned about nickel. So there's my nickel-plated duck, and there's my nickel coin. Unfortunately, the nickel coin today is pretty useless. You can't buy anything with it. I mean, I still remember the good old days when you could buy a nickel fudgicle. But those days are gone. Nevertheless, I will keep this nickel as a memento, because who knows, in the future, we may not have nickel coins at all. And that for today is our Cup of Joe.